Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This production of Frankenstein will be starting momentarily. Sit tight. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to this production of Frankenstein. My name is Claire, and I'm the founder and a creative executive director of the Community Cooperative. And I'm one of the two organizations that is joined together to create this production for you. And this is Jess, and she's a part of recasting the movies.
Hello, I'm Jessica W. Chen, the Executive Director of Recasting the Movies, a nonprofit that supports diversity in casting and also media. It's nice to see everyone today.
We put this project together because Jess and I both have elements of community in our organizations, and we really wanted a chance to connect those two things. Jess is all about diversity and inclusion, and that's one of the main pillars of the Community Cooperative. The Frankenstein stage reading that we're doing today is really, really important to us for many reasons, but one of the things that we find so intriguing about this performance is the queer lens we use in order to make our decisions for the production.
Right. So definitely pay attention when watching and see if you can view the story in a kind of brand new light.
And then a part of that dedication to this new storytelling perspective, rather not new, well established, but new to you, hopefully, we have also decided to make the Audre Lorde Project based in Brooklyn our beneficiary for this project. So a portion of the ticket sales will be going to that organization to help LGBTQIA+ youth in the Brooklyn area.
Yeah, which is super exciting. Always good to do things for a good cause.
So thank you again for coming and having this experience with us. We are so excited to present Frankenstein, originally by Mary Shelley and adapted for a play by Alexander Utz. Hi, Alexander's mom, Julie. Thank you for coming too. We hope you
Alexander's
have a really
been so nice to us.
I know, this has been a great experience, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Yeah. Happy World Goth Day, everyone.
Happy World Goth Day.
See you in a bit. Bye.
Frankenstein by Alexander Utz, based on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, or The Modern Prometheus. Act 1. Lightning and thunder. A storm. In the flashes of lightning which illuminate the stage, we see glimpses of Walton looking out with a telescope, Clearvel helping Victor stand, Justine and William playing hide and seek, and Victor cradling Elizabeth's dead body. A loud clap of thunder awakens Mary from her dream, center, gasping for air.
Another dream vision. Another nightmare.
Again? What did you see this time?
I cannot describe There were images of people, but fragmented.
Let's go back to sleep. We don't want to be unkept around Lord Byron tomorrow.
Of course not.
What?
You care more about Lord Byron than you do me.
I
Back to
don't
sleep.
care. We will be wed, Mary. Soon.
Blackout. Another flash of light. The sitting room to light. Shelley stands by the window, watching the storm. Byron sits in an armchair, idly flipping through a copy of Phantasmagoriana. Mary and Claire sit side by side on a chaise. Polidori stands before the group, clutching a handful of papers. Inspired by the storm and the flash of lightning, Shelley exclaims,
I sing of chaos and be taught by the heavenly muse to venture down the dark descent and up to reascend. And
Percy.
What?
He's nearly finished.
Milton.
Who else?
Do go on, Doctor.
Aubrey's weakness increased. The effusion of blood produced symptoms of the near approach of death. He desired his sister's guardians might be called. And when the midnight hour had struck, he related composedly what the reader had perused. He died immediately after. The guardians hastened to protect Miss Aubrey, but when they arrived, it was too late.
Oh no.
Lord Ruthven had disappeared, and Aubrey's sister had glutted the thirst of a vampire.
Excellent work, Polidori.
Bone chilling.
Almost.
I thought it was.
This storm is bone chilling. I wish we could be out on the water.
I don't know what I would do if I were to encounter a vampire.
Hopefully you'd fare better than our poor Aubrey.
So you must think the characters at least were compelling.
Would you save me, George?
Always needing to be saved, aren't they?
playfully pulls Claire onto his lap. She kisses him.
At least my story scared someone.
It was very good, Doctor.
Thank you, Mary.
What about you, Mary? Do you have a story for us?
I don't know.
You woke last night in a cold sweat.
It was only a dream vision I had.
Well, let's hear it.
Yes, tell us.
Truly, it was nothing.
Mary, you told me it was something unbelievable. I think the group may like to hear.
I told you that in private.
That wasn't the only thing you told me in private.
Shelley moves close and kisses her.
Percy!
Calm down, you two.
I simply thought you may like to have Lord Byron hear a story.
Why should I like that?
Because
Lord
I
Byron is
am
one
a
of the
great poet, Miss Godwin.
You are simply the greatest.
I don't know that I should share it.
Well, we could read another story from the Phantasmagoriana.
No, not again.
No?
I would wager that I could recite that book by heart.
It's not that bad.
It did inspire a good doctor's vampire story, Shelley.
I wouldn't mind hearing one again, if the words are coming from my Lord Byron's lips.
She gives him another quick peck, then snatches the book from him and begins to flip through it.
Which one do we want to hear again?
I think,
That's right, galvanism.
What?
Galvanism, that's what I wanted to tell you about.
Oh, yes, yes.
Have you heard of this, Polidori?
I think so. Galvani, right?
Yes, scientists like Galvani have found that electricity, when channeled correctly, can cause muscles to move. Electrical currents have been used to make the muscles of dead animals twitch and contract, and who knows how much further beyond that it could go.
Do you remember when they hanged that murderer, George Foster?
Vaguely.
Well, Luigi Galvani's nephew, Giovanni Aldini, took the idea of galvanic electricity and began applying it not only to animals, but to people as well. So after Foster was hanged, Aldini took the corpse and attached electrodes to the forehead, arms, legs, and chest. Then he turned the battery on. And Foster began to move. His jaw quivered, his muscles contracted, his eye opened. His hand even clenched, then opened again, slamming against the table.
Oh my!
Yes, they thought the body was coming back to life.
It sounds like it was.
But the battery ended up giving out and Foster remained dead. Aldini had nearly succeeded, but the dead battery left him in defeat.
Incredible. Any thoughts?
The idea of manipulating a corpse is disturbing, to say the least, but the moral questions it raises are fascinating.
Squeamish, Lord Byron.
What do you think?
I don't know. It seems odd, but it's a good story.
Modern science, bringing creatures back to life.
Man's own atom.
I don't like it.
Scientific advancement, dear.
But why would you want to bring dead things back to life?
Well, it is man's destiny to rule over the earth.
But to rule over life and death?
She's being dramatic about it.
George?
It's all right if you don't understand, Claire.
I think she understands.
It's distasteful.
I take back what I said about man's own atom.
Thank you, George.
No. Not because I disagree or find it distasteful.
Because it would be a repurposing of life, not a creation of it.
Precisely, Polidori. Perfect.
But we would still be taking some of God's power. It is man's place to do that.
Why not?
Because...
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Are you a scientist, Lord Byron?
Miss Godwin,
It's only conversation, Mary. It's not life and death. What?
It's exactly life and death.
Well, personally, I would love to hear more of the doctor's thoughts on the subject.
I have a few.
You shall have to tell Shelley and I at a different time.
A different time when Claire and I won't be here to interrupt.
Excuse me?
I could tell you now if you
No,
wouldn't.
never mind. Never mind.
I think we should hear the story again.
A dream vision. A pale student of unholy arts, kneeling beside the thing he put together. A hideous phantasm of a man stretched out, stitched together. And then with a spark beginning to show signs of life. An eye opens, an uneasy, frightful motion of the chest, an uneasy, frightful human endeavor to mock the creator of the world. A family torn apart as soon as it has started. A great man's fall by his own hand. A frozen wasteland in a monster's wake. A frozen stare with no depth, no soul. I was terrified to see it in my mind's eye. I could not escape this monstrous phantasm. It haunted me. I saw the other eye opened. I have a story.
You do?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Oh, I'm excited.
Polidori, your vampire, has a contender.
I suppose so.
Are you sure?
Yes, Percy. I am.
Are you going to keep her all to yourself, Shelley?
Of course not.
Well, let's see how she does.
The story begins on a gloomy day in June.
Ah, like today's gloomy day in June.
George, let her tell the story.
A studious and fervent explorer, Captain Walton, is making an expedition to the North Pole when he sees a figure crossing the tundra.
Shift, and we are in the story. Walton stands center, gazing out with his telescope.
Surrounded on all sides by ice, it stretches out from the boat in every direction, seeming to have no end. What is that? A dog sled passing on towards the north, and fixed on it, a being with the shape of a man of gigantic stature, it appears. Damn, it has disappeared across the horizon, past a ridge of ice.
Captain, we have discovered someone on the ice.
Pull him up!
He's nearly frozen.
Then hurry!
Victor appears, kneeling on the ground.
Please, I need your help.
We're here to help you, traveler. You won't last long in the cold like that.
Where are you bound?
The opposite direction of the warmth you need. We are on an expedition of discovery to the North Pole.
I'll join you.
No, it isn't safe.
Why are you out here again?
To go where no man has gone before.
What's your name, Captain?
Walton, yours?
Frankenstein.
Why have you come so far north, Frankenstein?
To seek one who has fled from me.
I may have seen him on the day before you were picked up in a dog sled on the ice.
Have you seen it since?
I haven't. Who is it? Why do you pursue him?
I apologize.
Sorry, I shouldn't trouble you with my questions.
I once had a friend, Captain. The most noble of men, the most good-hearted. You remind me of him.
Thank you.
His name was Henry. I'm in mortal pursuit because it is my fate. You are an explorer, correct?
Yes.
You seek knowledge and wisdom, as I once did. It was my ambition that brought me to ruin. I hope your ambition does not do the same.
If it is too painful for you to talk about.
No. My fate is nearly sealed. Nothing can alter my destiny. Listen to my story and you will see how inevitably it has been determined.
I will listen.
I am by birth a Genovese. Captain? Captain? No.
The story, Victor.
Tell the story.
Tell your story.
Are you all right, friend?
Where?
For a moment there, it was like you couldn't see me. I was worried for you.
I'm sorry,
Take a deep breath. You don't have to tell me. You can leave whatever haunts your past behind you.
I cannot leave it behind. This is the future I have created for myself.
You can choose a different way.
I cannot.
Why? Why is this the only option?
It is a long story to tell.
I am listening.
No person could have passed a happier childhood than myself. My parents possessed a secluded country home by the lake where we spent most of our time. I was the type of child who avoided crowds, but attached myself fervently to a small circle of close friends, Chief among these were my dear Elizabeth and my friend, Henry Clearvel. Let's play The Passing of Arthur.
Wow, it has been a while since we've played that.
It'll be fun.
Why The Passing of Arthur?
I get to play the Lady of the Lake.
I should have known.
Victor, do you want to be Arthur or Sir Bedivere?
You do better, Arthur, Henry.
Oh, do you really think so?
Long live the king.
Long live the king.
If you insist.
I found him in the shining of the stars. I marked him in the flowering of his fields. My king!
Dear Sir Bedivere, oh, I am wounded.
You have slain the traitor Mordred.
And in doing so, he has all but slain me.
The round table has fallen.
Behold, then, I seem but king of the dead. I think that we shall never more delight ourselves with the talk of knightly deeds, walking the gardens and halls of Camelot.
Have any of you seen William?
No.
Victor, you don't know where your own brother is?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Are you playing The Passing of Arthur? Without me?
We're here, so we had to skip the Mordred part.
You could have found me.
Sorry, Justine.
We should be looking for your brother anyway.
You haven't seen him at all, Victor?
I haven't.
You're such a good brother.
So should we start over or pick up where we left off?
You're very excited about this, aren't you?
It's just been too long since we've gotten to play this. Do you remember how we used to play at Knights and Damsels?
Felt like we did every day.
And you were the one to come up with the stories.
I miss that.
So do I.
I have something to tell you all.
Yes?
It has been determined that I'll continue my studies at university.
Victor, that's excellent.
In Ingolstadt.
So you're leaving?
Yes.
When?
Soon, within the week.
That soon.
It won't be the four of us any longer.
It will be, just less frequently.
What are you studying?
Natural and philosophical sciences.
You were always good at the sciences.
Few weeks now. I was nervous to tell you. I'm sorry.
I'm so proud of you. I will miss you, but I am so proud of you.
You're going to do great things, Victor.
Thank you.
Write to us.
Of course.
Oh, yes. Write us all about your natural sciences. I'll have Elizabeth read me your letters when we're having trouble falling asleep.
Oh, you think the natural sciences are boring then?
They are a little.
How's this for boring?
Oh, ow! Okay, I surrender. I surrender.
Do you need help packing, Victor?
Well, I've barely begun, so yes.
What about William?
I'll help you look.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
I wonder where he could be.
Probably off to find that Louise girl he's so fond of.
Does our little William have a girlfriend?
2 or 3 at last count, but he likes this one best.
That's cute, right?
Not when you have to try and find him.
You're a saint, Justine.
I know.
What do you think about Victor going to university?
I was wondering when he'd tell you.
You knew?
I promised to secrecy.
It's the furthest away we'll ever be from each other. What would you study at university?
Oh, I don't know.
Anything?
I don't think I'd like to go.
I would study literature. Homer and Plutarch, the Arthur legend, Dante, Cervantes.
Why?
To find out why stories get passed down. What makes the ones that survive so special. Don't you find that interesting?
I would have guessed you like those stories for the chivalry and the romance. Helena Troy launching her 1,000 ships and Guinevere
Why
and
would you
her
think
knights.
that?
That's why you always play with Victor and Henry.
There isn't anything else?
Well, it's a good thing Victor is the only one who has to worry about university. He's very talented.
Why do you say that? I mean, do you think that I couldn't handle university?
I did not mean to imply
I thought
that.
you, of all people, would agree with me.
Why does it matter so much to you?
It doesn't. I should help Victor pack.
What about finding William?
I wouldn't be of much use anyway.
Victor, for the first time outside the comfort and familiarity of home, begins his travels to university in Ingolstadt.
Shift to Victor, traveling.
Travel calmed my nervous spirit. The familiarity of nature eased my fear of the unknown that awaited me. I contemplated the lakes, placid waters all around was calm, and the snowy mountains, the palaces of nature were not changed. These calm and heavenly scenes restored me. So much has already been done, but I will achieve far more. I will pioneer a new way, explore unknown powers, and unfold to the world the deepest mysteries of science.
What kind of story is this supposed to be, Mary? Horror or science?
What kind of audience are you supposed to be, Lord Byron? Respectful or petulant?
Perhaps I'd be more respectful, my dear, if your vapid protagonist would give up his poetic musings and do something.
I would prefer if you let me tell the story.
Now, let's not get too emotional, Mary.
You want the protagonist to do something?
Yes.
Want to be scared by the story?
Please.
Well, I will tell you what Victor does. At university, he becomes fascinated with the study of life and death. What makes a living creature be alive? And to understand this, he must study death. He decides to observe the decay of dead creatures. He stalks forests and churchyards to collect rotting fragments and probe the flesh with his questioning fingers. He seeks the reason why death's corruption always succeeds over life's bloom. And after years of this labor, years, Byron, he finds his answer. He understands the secret.
What is it?
Quiet. He understands the secret and he becomes capable of imbuing dead flesh with life. All it takes is a spark. Could you imagine that? To have the power of life and death in your fingertips. What do you think he does with this ability, Lord Byron?
I wouldn't know.
Yes.
He raises a loved one from the dead or something of the like.
No.
What then?
Something far worse.
Tell us.
Do you ever get the feeling, Lord Byron, that you are being followed? Late at night on a dimly lit path. Suddenly you have the faintest sensation in the back of your neck that there are eyes on you, tracking, praying. And you turn your head only to see a hurried and ominous movement in the shadows. That feeling, Lord Byron? You're not squeamish, are you?
How dare you assume that I'm
Right?
even a...
Let me tell you what our protagonist does. He collects body parts from rotting corpses. He disturbs graves and pries open coffins. He disrespects the rest of the dead for his own selfish and grandiose purposes. He begins to assemble his great project, a human, no, a creature, stitched together, piece by piece, like Prometheus. He fashions a living being, but instead of using clay, he uses death.
And he brings it to life.
You can quote Milton, yes.
Yes.
Oh, miserable mankind.
O miserable mankind, to what fall degraded, to what wretched state reserved.
Shift, and Victor is in his workshop. Victor connects instruments and wires to the creature, referring to his journal as he does so.
Excellent! Another student of this wonderful field of science.
Have you really wasted your time on such nonsense?
Beautiful. The muscles and arteries visible beneath the skin.
Better end here unborn. Why is life given to be thus wrested from us? Rather, why obtruded on us thus? Who, if we knew what we receive, would either not accept life offered, or soon beg to lay it down, glad to be so dismissed in peace.
The labors of men of genius, however misguided, scarcely ever fail in ultimately turning to the solid advantage of mankind.
Lustrous black hair, the white teeth, the watery eyes.
Every minute you have wasted on those books is utterly and entirely lost.
So much already done, but I will achieve far more.
Can thus the image of God in man created once so goodly and erect, though faulty sense to such unsightly sufferings be debased under inhuman pains?
Live.
Why should not man, retaining still divine similitude, in part from such deformities be free?
You must begin your studies entirely anew.
There are worlds of mysteries yet to uncover.
Live.
A spark, and the creature is brought to life, screaming along with Victor. After a moment, the creature opens its eyes. It takes in a sharp breath, then lets out a soft groan.
What?
The creature lolls its head over to look at Victor. He is frozen, stunned. The creature is taking short, quick breaths.
Awake, arise, or be forever fallen.
What are you?
You.
I'm Victor. Victor Frankenstein.
The creature tries to move towards Victor, but ends up falling to the ground. Victor recoils.
No, I've created a monster.
Monster.
Victor runs out. The creature notices Victor's journal lying on the ground. It struggles to stand and finally is able to get to its feet. Its movements are awkward and stilted as it learns how its muscles move. It picks Victor's journal up.
Victor! Where are you running to, friend?
Henry?
Come here. I'm glad I finally have a chance to visit you. How are your studies going?
They're, well...
This is your workshop, I take it?
Yes,
Where you perform your nature-defying acts of...
chemistry.
Ah, yes, that's right. Chemistry. My dear Frankenstein, you seem a little off. Is everything all right?
Yes, just...
What are you looking for?
A tool?
What does it look like? I'll help you look.
Horrifying.
What?
A small glass test tube.
Clearvel begins to look. The creature passes the window, hesitating for a moment to catch eyes with Victor. Victor drops to the floor, and the creature disappears. Something in Victor has changed. He is weakened and can barely stand.
What? What is it?
Nothing. Nothing.
Did you see something?
No.
Victor, what in God's name is the matter?
I cannot tell.
You can tell me.
No, Henry, I'm sorry.
Very well. But you do need some rest. You look as if you haven't slept in weeks.
Some rest, yes.
Come with me.
Clearvel helps Victor out of the workshop. The lights shift, and we see the creature, alone. It wanders the stage, feeling the form of its body, its eyes adjusting to the light. It feels the earth under its feet. Then it takes out Victor's journal and flips through the pages, trying to understand the words. It traces letters with its fingers until it gets distracted by the sound of a bird's song. It stands and listens intently. After a moment, it attempts to mimic the bird, and in doing so, hears its own voice. This brings it much joy, and it experiments with the different sounds it can make. It holds its own throat to feel the vibrations, then discovers the seams holding its body together. It probes its own joints in confusion. Then it hears voices some weeks later.
You are too good to me, Henry. This whole winter spent in my sick room with me to help me recover. How can I ever repay you?
You will repay me entirely if you get well as fast as you can, yes?
I'll try.
Since you appear to be in good spirits today, I have a question to ask you.
What is that?
I won't bring it up if it agitates you. But why have you not written to Elizabeth? She hardly knows how ill you've been.
I'm always thinking of her.
Thinking of?
You need to write to her. You promised.
Promised.
Why do you care?
I'm only concerned.
Why would my first thought not immediately be of my dear Elizabeth?
Thoughts are different than letters.
I've been too weak to hold a pen.
So once you've recovered?
I will write.
Good. She has written to you.
That letter, it's from her?
Yes.
May I hear it?
Of course. My dearest cousin, you have been ill, very ill, and even the constant letters of kind Henry are not sufficient to reassure me on your account. But one word from you, dear Victor, is necessary to calm my apprehensions. Clearvel writes that you are getting better, and I eagerly hope you will confirm this soon in your own handwriting, see?
I see.
I see.
Get well and return to us. I can only imagine how quickly you would get better if you had Justine there to help. I recollect you once remarked that if you were in an ill humor, one glance from Justine would dissipate it. I'm sure you would also love to see your brother William. He is very tall for his age, with sweet blue eyes, dark eyelashes, and curling hair. When he smiles, 2 little dimples appear on each cheek. He asks for you almost daily. Do not keep him waiting, and do not keep me waiting, Victor. Write, my dear. One word will be a blessing to us. Take care of yourself and adieu.
Get that smug look off your face.
Oh, I'm not smug.
I will write to her as soon as I am well.
Do not keep me waiting, Victor.
I get the point, Henry.
Do you want to try standing today?
Yes.
Clearvel helps Victor out of the bed and with some difficulty to his feet.
How does this feel?
This feel.
Better. Thank you.
Good. In that case, I think you manage a few words.
Words. Victor Frankenstein.
Is someone there?
Victor Frankenstein.
Hello?
Hello.
No. Haunt me no more, you monster.
William, Victor's younger brother, enters. He looks for and finds a place to hide.
William, where are you? I don't like this game, William. Now I know why Elizabeth won't play it anymore. Found you. Oh. Got you.
You cheated.
How did I cheat?
I don't know. It's your turn now.
Are you ready? You'll never find me.
I will.
I don't know. I have a pretty good hiding spot in mind.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Eyes closed.
Who is it?
Help. I need your help.
Who are you?
Friend. A friend.
Why can't I open my eyes?
I am ugly. No!
Help! Its hands over his eyes.
William, get away from him, you monster!
Do you know Victor Frankenstein?
He's my brother?
Brother.
Why? Why can't I look at you?
Talk to him for me.
I don't even know who you are.
I can be his brother, too.
William twists free and looks at the creature.
No, quiet!
Help me!
William, get away from him, you monster! No, help, someone help!
Shift back to Victor, who is almost fully recovered. Clearvel enters with a letter.
I'm glad to see your correspondence with Elizabeth is picking up.
I knew you would be.
This is from her, of course. Victor, I think once you are fully recovered, we might consider making the most of our time away from home. Seeing...
No.
What is it? Victor, what is it?
Read.
William's dead. Oh, Victor. I can offer no consolation.
With the murderer's mark still on his neck.
He was murdered?
That's what it says in the letter.
I didn't get that far. Who could have done such a thing?
I don't know.
She says Justine found him. I can't imagine.
Demon.
What do you intend to do?
We'll return to Geneva. I need to see Elizabeth. I need to tell her something.
I will travel with you.
They travel by train.
William. Poor boy. He sleeps now with the angels. Only one consolation can we find. We mourn and weep, but he is at rest. The pain is over. His sufferings are at an end. Forever. Dirt covers his little gentle form, and he knows no pain. He must no longer be a subject for pity. We must reserve that for his miserable survivors.
Oh, Mont Blanc.
Lost someone so dear. What?
Blanc. Familiar mountains of Geneva. How do you welcome your wanderer? Your summits are clear, the sky and lake are blue and placid. Is this to suggest peace or to mock my unhappy unrest?
William's passing was indeed unfortunate, but there's no reason.
Night is closing in, Henry. I can hardly see the mountains now. Doesn't it appear to be a vast and dim scene of evil?
It looks like home.
I feel I'm destined to become the most wretched of human beings.
We're stopping.
Have we arrived?
I don't know.
Perhaps the storm stopped us.
Hopefully we aren't stopped for long.
I'll walk the rest of the way.
Oh, it's too far.
Close enough. Stay. I'd like to be alone.
I would like to be with you.
Henry, I must.
You don't have to be so stubborn. Stay safe, Victor.
Clearvel is gone, and Victor is alone.
Oh, William, this is your funeral. This is your dirge. You do not frighten me, demon. I will not run this time. You cannot hide yourself from me. I will see you in all your hideous deformity.
The creature is gone.
Villain, no, stay. I know it was you. It was you who murdered that sweet and innocent soul.
Victor collapses.
William, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Victor?
Elizabeth. No, it isn't safe.
Henry told me you were walking, and I wanted
Please,
You need help, Victor.
William.
I know.
I wish I had come sooner.
I wish you had too.
I have something to tell you about the murderer, Elizabeth.
About Justine?
Justine?
Yes. I can still hardly believe it.
But she is innocent. You're mistaken. She is innocent.
She kept crying out about some sort of monster in the woods. The judges said it was clear she was lying and condemned her.
Some sort of monster?
I don't know what she was talking about. She didn't seem like herself.
Didn't you speak on her behalf?
I did, but it was too late. The judges' minds were made up.
Made up? You didn't try hard enough.
I did everything I could. You were not even here.
Something else has to be done, must be done.
Victor, it is impossible.
Nothing is impossible.
What is wrong with you? You're acting wild.
I care about our friend.
So do I.
What is her sentence?
She is to be executed.
Hanged? I'd like to visit her. I owe her a few words.
I will take you.
No,
I owe it to her too, Victor.
The lights shift to Justine's cell.
Justine.
Oh, my dear.
Why have you come? Are you here to join my enemies, to condemn me a murderer?
Stand, stand. Why kneel if you are innocent? I am not one of your enemies. I believed you innocent until...
Until what? I am not making up what I saw. I don't know what it was, but why don't you, my friend, believe me? They think I am a monster, Elizabeth, and they have made me think I was the monster itself. All looked on me as a liar, a wretch doomed to hell.
You are not a wretch.
To think you believe me guilty of a crime as terrible as this. I love that boy. I loved him as a brother. And if I must be condemned, then my only consolation is that I will see him soon in heaven.
Do not mourn, Justine.
I mourn that you thought me a liar, a murderer.
But a monster?
I know what I saw.
Oh.
Oh. Victor, it is kind of you to visit me. I hope you do not believe me guilty.
I know who the murderer is.
Do you come here to mock me too?
No, he is convinced of your innocence.
You believe me?
He does.
Victor, how can I prove what I saw when everyone believes me a liar?
There is no way to prove there was a monster.
If you believe me guilty, Elizabeth, then please leave.
I spoke to defend you. I spoke of the goodness of your character and your love of William, but then you lied.
I know what I saw. And if your disbelief discredits me, then so be it.
I wish I were to die with you. I cannot live in this world of misery.
What are you telling me?
There's nothing.
And yet you say you know the murderer. Who?
I cannot say, Justine.
Was it a man or the monster I saw?
No,
What did it?
I cannot say.
It could save my life, Victor. You could defend me. Tell me what you know.
I'm sorry.
You would let me die? Victor, we've known each other all our lives. I loved your brother and want justice for him as much as you do, but you need to help me.
There's no way to prove there was a monster.
I thought you were my friend.
Justine, I cannot help.
Goodbye, Victor.
Victor is alone with Elizabeth.
What did she say?
Goodbye.
That's all?
When is she to be?
Tomorrow.
She's brave.
We need to be brave too.
Yes. We need to be brave. Excuse me.
Where are you going?
I need to take a walk to clear my head.
Victor, I need you here.
I think I need to be alone.
You don't have to.
I'll
You
be back
know.
soon. Mont Blanc, we meet again. Your precipitous slopes around me, your icy wall of the glacier above me, your few broken pines scattered around, your solemn silence broken only by the fall of some vast fragment in the distance. The thunder sound of avalanche, the jagged lightning bolts and cracking ice. I need to be brave. Are you following me, devil? Yes. Hide. You should fear the fierce vengeance that I will bring on your miserable head. Show yourself that I may trample you to dust. Oh, I wish killing you would bring back William and Justine.
Hello, Victor.
I'm confused. How would it be able to speak again?
It learned from listening to Victor and Henry.
I mean, anatomically.
Is it important?
I think so, yes.
One can only assume that Frankenstein created the monster with the ability to breathe, which means it has the air that is necessary to produce sound. It would also have working vocal cords to vibrate and create pitch. Frankenstein must have tested dozens of stolen parts to assemble such an intricate system. But I don't think that is what Mary is concerned with.
I'm concerned with the story.
I don't believe it to be possible.
Then let us revel in the impossible, no?
Are you determined to sour this entire evening?
Let's get on with it then. What does our ambitious doctor do when he sees his own creation speak?
Shift to the mountain, with Victor and the creature facing each other.
You speak.
Yes, I speak. I am not mute. I can respond to your hatred. And what? Hatred? You detest me, your own creation. We share a closer connection than any living beings, and yet you hate me and want to kill me. You want to kill me. How dare you toy with life? I have only one request, and if you agree, I will leave you at peace. But if you refuse, I will not hesitate with my revenge on you and your remaining friends.
Monster. Hell itself is too mild a punishment for your crimes, and already you want more victims? No. I must take back the life I gave.
Be calm. Please hear me. I will not fight you. I am your creation.
No. We are enemies. Be gone, or let us fight to decide which of us survives.
I will not fight you. You accuse me of murder, and yet you would destroy your own creation without hesitation. Oh, praise the eternal justice of mankind.
Yes, I accuse you of murder. You murdered my brother. Deny it.
I wanted to find you, to ask you about my own creation. Am I constructed from dead body parts?
You cannot deny it. William is dead by your hand. Justine is dead by your hand. A poor devil who
I made from dead body parts?
Cursed be the day you first saw light. You have made me miserable beyond compare.
Give me my answer, Victor.
Yes. Are you content? Yes. You are stitched, cobbled together from various corpses. That is your answer, wretch.
So you can do it again.
What?
You can make another like me.
No. Creating you. I did not realize what horror. I did not think what I would be.
You did not think. What did you expect to happen, Victor? You would bring me to life and there would be nothing after. You abandoned me to the wilderness with no one and nothing.
And yet here you stand before me, capable of thought and speech. I cannot believe it.
Are you pleased?
Pleased? No, I've created a murderer.
If I had been shown compassion, I would not have murdered.
Who could possibly show you compassion?
My creator.
To the murderer of my brother? No.
No.
Never.
Then send me away, banish me to the extreme corners of the globe, to South America, never, never, never to be seen again.
Then be gone. Plague me no more, villain.
On one condition.
And what is that?
Here is my request, Creator. I am alone and miserable, the only one of my species. Man detests me. But if I had a companion as deformed and horrid as myself, then I would be at peace.
Another,
so that I may not be so miserable. This you alone can do, and I demand it of you.
I refuse. To create another like you, it is impossible. Together you would destroy Earth. I will never consent.
Listen, so I can reason with you. I am malicious because I am miserable. You, my creator, would tear me to pieces in triumph. I will have my revenge. If I cannot inspire love, I will cause fear, and chiefly toward you. I will work at your destruction, nor finish until I desolate your heart, so that you shall curse the hour of your birth. What I ask of you is reasonable and moderate. I demand another creature like myself. It is true, we shall be monsters, cut off from all the world, but we will be happy together. Oh, my creator, make me happy. If you consent, neither you nor any other human being shall ever see us again. We will go to the vast wilds of South America to live out the rest of our days in peace.
How can you, who long for the love and sympathy of man, live in this proposed exile? You'll return and again seek man's kindness, and you will be met with his hatred. Your evil passion will be renewed, and you will then have a companion to aid in your murders. This cannot be. I cannot consent.
I swear to you by the earth which I inhabit, and by you that made me, that with this companion I will leave behind man's civilization forever. My evil passions will have fled, for I will have finally been met with sympathy. My life will flow quietly away, and in my dying moments, I shall praise my Maker.
You'll praise me?
For bringing me to a peaceful life.
And that is what you want?
Isn't that what everyone wants? I am no exception.
On your solemn oath, to leave behind forever the neighborhood of man, I will consent to create a companion.
I swear, with this wish fulfilled, you shall never behold me again. Go and commence your labors. I will watch your progress closely, and when you are ready, I shall appear.
I will need time.
Of course.
And it is determined.
They shake hands. The creature doesn't let go.
But remember, Victor, if you break your promise to me, you will become the author of your own speedy ruin. I will make sure of it.
What have I done? Stars and clouds and winds, if you pity me, crush me, and let me become nothing. If not, depart. Depart and leave me in darkness.
Blackout. End of Act 1. We will now have a 5-minute intermission. Please come back in 5 minutes. We are now back from intermission. Act 2. Lights come up on Mary and Shelley after her dream vision from Act 1.
We will be wed, Mary, soon.
I know.
I don't care more about Lord Byron than you.
You admire him more.
As a poet,
Can we go to sleep?
I love you.
I know you do. But when will you start putting me first, Percy?
Shift to Lord Byron's sitting room once again. The group has just listened to the confrontation between Victor and the creature.
Will Victor really make another creature? I think I may faint with terror.
I thought we were letting her tell the story, Claire.
Did they really hang Justine?
Unfortunately.
So many questions.
Will the creature kill Victor?
At this rate, the question should be, when will the creature kill Victor?
But the creature only wants to be shown kindness. It doesn't want to cause harm.
Doesn't it?
Well, I don't think it does.
I think the real question is how these disturbing visions found their way into the brain of an innocent young girl.
It is only my imagination.
A strange imagination.
A fascinating imagination. The story is incredible, Mary.
Thank you. You've only heard the beginning.
But leaving aside the monster's ability to speak, how did the doctor even create life from nothing?
Yes, I'm curious. How did he?
He used a form of advanced electricity.
Like galvanism then?
Yes.
Dr. Polidori, do you think that is possible?
I'm uncertain. In all likelihood, no.
No.
It is only a story.
I'm enjoying it.
That is because you have no eye for detail, dear.
I have an eye.
Would you like to continue, Mary?
Please do.
Yes, I'm fascinated to hear so much more about the life-bringing electricity Dr. Frankenstein uses on this second creation.
What do you want this story to be, Lord Byron? Horror or science?
Would you excuse us a moment? What are you doing?
Defending myself.
Lord Byron is a very important man.
So?
So we don't want to upset him.
Of course not.
Right?
Right.
Good.
I apologize if I was beastly, Lord Byron. I certainly did not mean to be.
Not to worry, it's forgotten. Now, shall we hear another story?
Mary hasn't finished hers.
Right. Of course.
We want to hear what happens next.
You won't faint?
Not me.
I was asking Polidori.
No guarantees there.
I'm not. I would not.
They're only teasing, Doctor.
Yes, of course.
Enough teasing. Let's hear more of the story.
Enough story. Let's have more of the teasing. My dear Polidori, I must say, that top you're
What
wearing.
the story it is.
Determined to ruin the fun, I suppose.
The creature has left Victor Frankenstein alone with his thoughts and a promise he cannot break. After this fateful confrontation with his creation, Victor returns to his home and loved ones, those that remain. His mind is fractured between his promise and the creature and his fear of creating more destruction. He is nearly deprived of all strength. He sees no way forward.
Victor has collapsed, finally home.
Victor, there you are.
Elizabeth.
What happened to you? You were away for hours. I thought you might not return. I was worried.
I was too.
You're home now.
Yes.
We missed having you here. Myself, Clearvel, Justine. It felt like something was wrong without you around.
It's good to be back.
You must tell me about your studies, everything you learned.
Of course. Another time?
It's always another time with you, isn't it, Victor?
It is not.
Name one instance.
That isn't... it's not fair.
See? You can't do it.
I feel ambushed.
Yes, you're in such danger.
I always am when I'm with you.
She takes him by the arm and kisses him.
I missed having you here.
I did write.
I missed having you here, in person.
Writing is the next best option.
The next best option. You only wrote after I reminded you through Henry.
I would have remembered
I'm sure you would have.
Eventually.
Oh, Victor.
Yes, you can keep teasing on
Will
about...
you marry me?
You're asking me?
I'm allowed to ask you. Will you marry me?
Elizabeth,
I don't want to wait anymore. I'm tired of waiting. I want to be with you.
I want to be with you too.
I've been thinking about this for so long, Victor. There's no one else I'd rather be with. What do you say?
Yes, I say yes.
Elizabeth, overcome with joy, wraps him in a hug. The shadow of the creature passes behind her. Victor sees it and remembers.
When shall the wedding be?
There's one thing I have to do first.
Well, there are a lot of things that we have to do first.
No, there's something I have to do alone.
What is it?
I cannot say.
Victor.
I cannot, I'm sorry.
We will be married, yes?
Yes, of course. I only need 1 year.
1 year?
You waited for me while I was in Ingolstadt and while I continued my studies. 1 year is not too much to ask.
I am not an object you can simply leave behind, Victor. I will not wait for you forever.
Listen to me, Elizabeth.
What do you have to say? Do you take it back? Will you marry me?
I'm sorry.
I cannot believe.
1 year, that's all.
What do you need to do for an entire year that is more important than me?
I will tell you at another time. I'm sorry. I must go.
Where?
To England.
England, of course.
It will only be us.
Do you love somebody else?
Do I?
You have traveled. You have spent several years of your life in Ingolstadt, and now you flee to England. Is there someone else that you love?
No, Elizabeth, no.
Then why do you insist on being apart from me?
I have work to complete.
What work? Victor, what do you have to do?
I will tell you when I return.
In 1 year?
I promise.
Don't do this to me.
I must. Goodbye, Elizabeth.
He kisses her cheek and exits.
No, Victor, I will not accept this. Did you even think to take me with you? I would love to see England. I would love to learn about natural sciences and chemistry. I would love to be with you, just to be near you. Come back. Come back here so I can say all of this to you. Come back, Victor.
Go after him.
Oh, Henry. I did not hear you come in.
Go after him. Say what you need to.
He will not listen.
He might.
No. He had that look in his eye.
The determined look.
You know him as well as I do.
Sometimes it feels like I don't, really.
You are his best friend.
Where's he going?
England.
Did he say why?
No. We're to be married when he returns.
Are you? Congratulations.
Thank you, Henry.
And when will that be?
When he returns. 1 year.
You won't have to wait that long.
Where are you going?
You won't have to wait that long, Elizabeth.
Where are you going?
I'm getting him back for you.
Henry.
You
no.
shall be Mrs. Frankenstein soon enough.
Shift to Victor with his suitcase, preparing to leave.
To England, Victor. One last task, then you are free from this nightmare, free from this nightmare of a creature, and finally, peace.
Where are we going? England?
Henry, yes. Excuse me, I'm on my way now.
I'll go with you, of course.
No, I must go alone.
You know I won't take no for an answer, friend.
Henry, I really...
I love to travel. I love England especially. How long will you travel for?
1 year.
A year, right?
Yes.
Why?
There's work I need to do.
What about Elizabeth?
She will have to wait.
But does she have to?
What does it matter to you? I have no choice.
What work is so important? You cannot be married first.
Why are you so interested in my work?
I'm not interested in your work. I'm interested in you. What happened to the Victor that I grew up with?
You're looking at him.
Right. Victor, I think we both know you need to marry Elizabeth.
I know.
So why wait?
I need to fulfill a promise.
It must be an urgent promise.
More than you know.
What aren't you telling me, Victor?
It's better that you don't know.
But you must travel to England.
Yes.
Well, we leave today?
I told you.
You did tell me, and I won't take no for an answer. It'll be fun! 2 friends traveling together, seeing the world. When was the last time we traveled together?
I don't know.
That's right, we haven't. Let's see the world, Victor.
I must focus on my work.
Your work, of course, yes. I will let you focus on your work.
Good.
So when do we leave?
Immediately.
Wonderful.
I did not agree to you coming.
What happened the last time you were alone with your work, friend? Who had to nurse you back to health over the course of weeks while you regained your strength? Do you really think I will let that happen to you again?
No.
You seem to refuse to look after yourself, so I've taken it up as my own responsibility. Now, we were ready to depart?
Yes.
Good.
They begin to travel.
I do love to travel. I've seen the most beautiful scenes in my own country. I visited the lakes of Lucerne and Uri, where the snowy mountains descend almost perpendicularly to the water, casting black and impenetrable shadows. This might cause a gloomy and mournful appearance were it not for the most beautiful islands that relieve the eye by their vibrant appearance. I have seen this lake agitated by a tempest when the wind tore up whirlwinds of water and gave you an idea of what the waterspout must be on the great ocean. Doesn't it all just make you feel so alive?
I suppose.
Victor, how can you be so miserable with such beautiful country surrounding you?
Sorry. I was preoccupied thinking of...
Your work. Yes, I know. Forget your work for a moment and look at this view.
What is it?
Nature in all her splendor. Take it in, friend. It is incredible, no?
It is.
Nature is always best when undisturbed by man's meddling touch.
I can't continue.
Victor is with Walton again.
I cannot bear to think of Henry any longer. It breaks my heart.
Why?
How could I bring this fate upon my friend who showed me nothing but love? What misery did I create?
Dr. Frankenstein, what happened to your friend?
Where does this unmatched soul now exist? Is this gentle and lovely being lost forever? Has his mind so full of ideas? Has this mind perished? Does it now only exist in my memory? No, it cannot be so. Henry, your body has decayed, but your spirit still lives with your unhappy friend.
Henry died. How did he...
I'm sorry. These words are but a slight tribute to the unparalleled worth of Henry, but they soothe my heart.
Please, what happened to him?
I must rest now, Captain.
No, first tell me...
I will resume the story in the morning. It's getting late.
I don't mind.
No, I will continue tomorrow.
What could have possibly... Dr. Frankenstein? There it is again. The distant traveler. Or monster, if that is what he pursues. I can hardly make out its form. No, I do not want to see that wretch up close. Rather, let it stay far, far away. It is so far away, it does not move. Or if it does, I cannot tell. Does it approach? Dear God. Doctor, what have you done? What desire compelled you to form such a being? It is unimaginable. That is no creation of man, but must be the work of the devil himself. No man's imagination could create such... It sees me. Dr. Frankenstein!
What?
The monster. It is out there, and it sees us.
You saw it?
Look.
Demon.
What do we do?
There's nothing.
We must confront it, then.
Maybe.
Doctor, you must finish the story. If we are to confront this thing, then I must know what it is capable of.
You do not want to know.
I must hear it. And once this is completed, you can regain your life.
Do not make the same mistake I did.
What mistake?
You are becoming obsessed.
Only so I may better understand and help you.
No, I cannot.
You and Henry were traveling to England so you could create a companion for your monster. What happened next?
Captain Walton.
No! No excuses, Doctor. Do you want to be redeemed? Or, if you prefer, you may take the truth of Henry's death to the grave.
Henry accompanied me to England, but I needed to continue to Scotland on my own. I was to work alone on my dreaded task. I may be absent a month or two, but please do not interfere with my work. Leave me to peace and solitude for a short time. And when I return, I hope it will be with a lighter heart.
Victor, I would rather be with you in these travels than spend 2 months on my own.
It's something I must do.
When you return, will we begin our journey back to Geneva?
Yes, back home, and to Elizabeth.
And that will be that.
I love her, Henry.
Shall I write her, telling when to expect us?
No, I'm not certain how much time I will need.
Very well. I hate to take leave of you, my friend, but I look forward to seeing you again.
And I you.
Victor begins to assemble his work, which includes the body of the creature's companion. As he does so, the lights shift and Elizabeth is writing a letter.
Dear Victor, I don't want to disturb you while you travel and work with misfortunes weighing upon you, but some thoughts of mine make writing you necessary before we meet. You know, Victor, that our marriage had been the plan of your parents ever since we were children. We were told this when young and taught to look forward to it as an event that would certainly take place. We were dear and valued friends as we grew older, but as brother and sister often share a lively affection towards each other without desiring a more intimate union, could this not also be our case? After you left me so abruptly to go to England, I could not help supposing that you might regret our relationship. I love you, and in my dreams of the future, you have been my constant friend and companion. But it is your happiness I desire as well as my own when I declare to you that our marriage would be useless unless we are both made happy by it. Therefore, if you desire not to marry, so be it. Do not let this letter disturb you. Do not answer tomorrow or the next day, or even until you come if it will give you pain. Though, if I see but one smile on your lips when we meet again, I shall need no other happiness. Yours, Elizabeth.
Shift back to Victor, reading the letter from Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, my love.
The creature appears in the window, watching Victor.
Why do you stop your work, Creator? Do you hesitate?
I do not hesitate.
Then complete the task.
Stay back, villain.
I come no closer.
You have been watching me?
I told you I would follow.
I'm horrified to think.
I needed to make sure you kept your promise.
Look at where we are. The promise is kept.
Not yet, not fully.
You pursued me all the way here, to England, like my own terrifying shadow.
I thought you may run away again.
Have I run? Have I fled? No, I've kept my word to a monster.
Your word is kept once it is alive.
I only need a moment more.
Victor completes his preparations as the creature watches on.
It is beautiful.
The creature cautiously touches the companion.
Did I?
It is just like me.
Just like you.
We will exile ourselves together and live in peace.
Another monster.
It is nearly done. I will
Yes,
teach you.
yes.
I will teach you to speak and to reason and to read. I will teach you what I have learned about the world. You will not be alone as I was. Please.
Victor ignites the spark of life. The companion begins to convulse slowly as the process begins.
Yes, live.
What am I doing?
Look at it, creator, another like me.
I cannot make the same mistake twice.
Live.
No.
Victor stops the process and smothers the little remaining life out of the companion.
What are you doing? What is this?
I cannot. I will not allow another monster to roam the earth.
Stop.
You coerced me into your heinous plans.
Bring her back, please.
I shall not create another murderer.
You are afraid of creating a murderer when just now you murdered your own creation.
I refuse to make the same mistake twice.
Bring her back. There's still time.
Creature tries to revive the companion.
No.
Victor tries to pull the creature away from the companion's body, but the creature turns on him and begins to strangle him.
You broke your promise.
Please.
You are determined to destroy me too, aren't you? I am resigned to my fate, but creator, I will destroy you first. Who is that?
Victor, it's Henry.
Henry?
What is this? Who are you?
Henry.
You know this man, creator.
What kind of monster?
Creature has begun to approach Clearvel.
Henry, run. No, no. Dear Henry, not you, not you. Behold, Henry, I seem but the king of the dead. I think that we shall never more delight our souls with the talk of knightly deeds, walking the gardens and halls of Camelot. Creator, I will be with you on your wedding night. With me on my wedding night. Curse you, demon, curse you. You mean I am next? Dear Henry, I follow close in your footsteps. I must leave this place. The villain is close.
Victor quickly exits. Blackout.
Dear Elizabeth, I am returning home. We shall be married immediately. It is time to take action and see this to the end, something I should have done long, long ago. All my love, Victor.
He's going back to get married.
It's such a gripping story, isn't it?
No, that isn't what I mean. If he gets married, he'll be killed. He's leading himself into the monster's trap.
Is he?
Do not play coy with me, Miss Godwin. This story is clearly a tragedy. Pride or ambition, whatever you call it, is Victor's tragic flaw. He can only die. That is the only outcome.
He wants to ambush the monster. That's why he has the gun.
If that's his plan, then Victor is a fool. And if you believe it will work, then you are as well.
Victor is being brave, finally.
I think he's just as cowardly as ever.
Would you be willing to face a monster, Polidori?
That decision is only an extension of his cowardice. He refuses to accept the creature as a rational being, as an equal.
The creature is an irrational being. It is a murderer.
And what does that make Victor?
Brave.
I agree with George.
Oh, but don't you see? Victor is a murderer as well. He killed the companion. He plans to kill the creature.
To prevent more deaths, yes.
If he wanted to prevent deaths, then perhaps Victor shouldn't have made the creature in the first place.
But then we'd have no story.
I think Polidori has perhaps become too caught up in the story. These are big ideas, friend. Don't strain yourself too much.
I don't think I am alone in saying I've had enough of your arrogance, Lord Byron.
Excuse me?
I am a doctor. I am your intellectual equal in everything, except perhaps writing. I am your equal as a human being. I refuse to be berated or demeaned any longer.
You are not my equal.
George, you can't.
You be quiet. No, you are not my equal. You are my employee. Did you forget that, Polidori? You are not here by invitation. You are here out of necessity. You're not my traveling companion, as you have clearly convinced yourself. Rather, you are my hired physician. I do not care which degrees you hold or what title precedes your name, Doctor. I am Lord Byron. I am the greatest poet of my generation. Please do me a favor and remind me what authority you have in telling me who my equals are. Right. Would you like to continue and finish your story, Miss Godwin?
I think.
Mary, you should proceed.
Victor returns to Geneva to wed Elizabeth. After some preparation, the wedding day arrives.
Gift to Victor and Elizabeth on the morning of their wedding.
I've been looking forward to this day, more than you know.
Have you?
To finally be with you? Absolutely.
I have looked forward to it as well. You were gone so frequently and for so long, I feared that.
I know.
But by this evening, we shall be husband and wife. Can you believe it?
Hardly.
It is only a few short hours away.
A few hours.
What is troubling you, Victor?
Troubling? Nothing.
You have gone back and forth between joyous and melancholy since you returned from your trip to England. What are you thinking of?
There's nothing. I'm perfectly content.
Is it Henry?
That's part of it.
I wish he could be here with us too.
Yes.
If only the storm hadn't surprised his ship.
Damned weather.
Or if he wasn't on deck to admire it. That is what you said he was doing, right?
That's what I said.
He always loved the wonder of nature. I can't imagine a more fitting way for him to go. It is tragic that the body was never found.
Yes.
Am I upsetting you?
No,
Tell me if I am. I miss our friend is all.
So do I.
He likely would have written a poem or song for our celebratory day.
What a singular talent he was.
I know, Victor. I feel the same way.
No, it is.
What? Tell me.
I cannot.
Victor, look at me. Tonight, we will be married. You can tell me anything.
I am partially responsible for his death.
Henry's?
Yes.
How? Did you cause the storm?
No, there was No.
Victor, you're worrying me. How are you responsible?
I must tell you after we are wed.
No, you may tell me now. There will be no secrets between a husband and a wife.
And there won't be. I must explain everything to you after the wedding, though.
Why must it wait?
It will be explained tonight. Then I will reveal what weighs on me. You will have to trust me until then.
Victor.
Do you trust me?
Yes.
Thank you.
I should get dressed now.
I will as well.
And you will tell me what troubles you?
At the end of the day, nothing will be there to trouble me. I will know only happiness and peace.
He kisses her.
I will see you soon.
Yes. Yes.
Victor is alone. He prepares for the wedding. Lastly, he pockets the gun and exits. Once he is gone, the creature emerges from hiding. It has been in the room the entire time. It peers out the door after Victor.
Until death do us part, Creator.
The creature resumes hiding. Shift as the day turns into evening. Victor and Elizabeth enter again, joyous.
I love you.
Elizabeth, this is the happiest I have been in a long, long time.
They kiss.
Oh, I feel so light, as if I were only a cloud or nothing at all. It is late, husband. Shall we go to bed?
Yes, though there is something I must do first.
You would leave me on our wedding night?
I will be back shortly. It will feel like I never left.
Victor, why do you have a gun? What do you have to do?
There is someone, or rather something, that seeks to kill me. I must defend myself.
Who? Who would want to kill you? And why now?
I'll explain when I return. I must go.
Victor!
He is gone. She shuts the door after.
It is only a storm, Elizabeth. Do not be frightened.
The creature emerges from hiding behind Elizabeth. She does not see it.
Do not be frightened.
Who's there?
Don't turn around.
The creature hides again as Elizabeth turns.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I came to see Victor and you.
Are you the person that wants to kill him?
No.
Come out so I can see you.
No, you will be frightened.
No more than I am now.
I am ugly.
I do not care what you are. Come out so I can see you. What are you?
A living being.
A human?
I don't know. I was created by Victor.
Created?
Victor, he made me out of nothing, out of flesh.
He made you? How? Victor Frankenstein. This is his journal.
Yes.
This is how he made you.
He writes that he gave me the spark of life, and that is all.
I don't believe it. He cannot have created life. It's impossible.
Yet here I stand.
But why? Why do this?
Why make something so terrible, you mean?
Is this what he's been doing all this time? Working on you?
He did not tell you about me.
But he could keep such a secret from me.
He did not mention that I existed, that he brought me into existence.
No, he never mentioned you.
He hates me. He abandoned me.
Why?
Look at me! You hate me too!
No.
You think I'm hideous, horrifying?
I did not say that.
You thought it. That is enough. Do you know who else thought I was hideous? The boy, William. I killed him. Victor's friend, Henry, I killed him too. And now You.
Please.
The creature catches her and holds her throat.
Do you think I'm hideous?
Please.
I tried to be reasonable. I tried to learn the ways of man. I tried to converse with my creator, to have him understand. I tried to be accepted. Do you accept me?
Yes.
Do you really?
The creature hesitates. Victor bursts into the room.
Elizabeth!
Help.
The creature looks from Victor to Elizabeth.
No, you lie.
The creature snaps Elizabeth's neck. She falls dead.
No!
I kept my word, creator.
No, no, no.
The creature makes its way to the window to exit.
Stay and fight, villain. Stay with me. I will destroy you. Stay, monster. Oh, my love, my love.
Victor stands slowly. Something has changed. He exits, following the creature. Lights come back up on the creature. In the tundra of the Arctic, wind and ice, almost a dream vision.
Do you think we can make it to the pole, creator? The top of the world, where no man has ever gone, creator. I will lead you there. There you may destroy me.
That is my story. My creature is the one I pursue.
And when you catch it?
Time will tell.
Creature begins stacking firewood, almost a funeral pyre.
Out here in the ice, it almost seems like death. Don't you agree, Victor? Look around, there is nothing. Breathe in. Only cold. Come out and feel the cold, creator.
Did you hear that?
What?
It's calling to me.
Shall I light the fire? Will it help you find me, creator? Will you destroy me in the fire? How poetic, no? Created with a spark, destroyed with a spark. Ashes, though, cannot be reanimated.
I don't hear anything.
It's out there. It is always out there.
Frankenstein, there is nothing.
It's time for this to end.
No! You will freeze.
Maybe.
Were you listening to your own story? It took from you everything you held dear, yes. But now it is gone. It pursues you no longer. Instead, you pursue it. If you stop, Doctor, it will be no more. You'll have your future back. You may live in peace.
I will never live in peace. Not until it's destroyed. Not until it pays for what it has done.
It doesn't have to be this way. There's still hope. Don't throw your life away over this one error. You are a doctor. Join me on this expedition. Start anew.
No. It must be this way, Captain. After everything it has taken from me, I cannot rest until it is torn limb from limb. It deserves to be destroyed.
You are not the man I thought you were. With a gust of wind, snow, and fog, he disappeared into the frozen waste. I have seen neither man nor creature again. It is possible they are still out there, lost in the darkness and the distance.
Is that the end?
The end.
Wow.
Very good, Mary.
Incredible, isn't it?
It is. I could help you get that published.
That should be published.
Why not?
It's horrifying. And to come from the mind of a young lady, even.
What does it matter whose mind it comes from? It's a good story, no?
It is a good story.
Said it was horrifying.
What?
You did. You haven't been scared by a story yet, but this one disturbed you.
It is a disturbing thought, man and creature roaming the Arctic tundra.
What if the creature looks for more victims?
Thank you, Mary. I won't be sleeping tonight because of your story.
You're very welcome.
I think I should like to try writing. I think I would be good at it.
You don't have the capacity for it.
Why wouldn't she?
Mary did it, and so can I.
I'd be interested to hear what you come up with, Claire.
I'm sure Shelley agrees with me.
On what?
Claire, a writer?
I don't see why not.
I will be a great poet. Better than you, maybe, George.
Very well, let's hear a story then.
It won't be as good as Mary's.
It might.
How should I start?
Once upon a time.
Oh, please.
And where is your story, Lord Byron? I had the vampire. Mary has just told hers. Claire is going to tell one now. I thought you were the one who challenged us to this in the first place.
I do not stoop to the level of monsters.
No, sir. You are a poet. You stoop only to the level of children's rhymes and liqueur. Isn't that right? You have no time for silly stories told on a dare. When your story is published, I will be the first one to buy it. I think we were at Once Upon a Time. That is, if our host would like to hear a story. Do you have the capacity for it?
Go on, Claire.
Once upon a time. See, I've already scared you.
Yes, I suppose you have.
Do go on, Claire.
Yes, scare us.
I'm pregnant, George.
The room freezes, and Mary steps forward.
A dream vision. Two figures trapped out on the ice. The end of the story, or the beginning of one?
The Arctic. Victor enters, freezing and struggling to stand. The creature stands near the funeral pyre.
I've come to end this, villain.
I know, Creator. I have built myself a funeral pyre in preparation.
You want me to burn you?
No, but I have no choice. You are determined to destroy me.
You're not afraid to die, then?
Are you?
Light it.
I have one question to ask first.
You have no apologies to make? For the people you murdered?
Do you?
I am no murderer.
No, you only create life. You do not take it away. What did you come here to do, Victor?
Ask.
Why did you make me, if only to kill me? Creator.
I bested death. In return, death has bested me.
Victor lunges to attack the creature, but falls in his weakened state. He does not get up.
Creator, do not leave me. What am I without you? I am nothing. Do not leave me to be nothing.
I will destroy you.
Yes, destroy me. I knew you wouldn't leave me yet. You must destroy me first. But, Creator, you are so cold.
Burn you.
Yes, yes, burn me, kill me.
The creature, kneeling, watches Victor. Victor lets out a guttural scream of pain as he lifts himself to his hands and knees. They regard each other for a moment. The lights have dimmed so that they are barely visible, illuminated only by the fire. Neither moves. A strong gust of wind. Blackout. End of play.
Thank you all again so much for coming to Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, adaptation by Alexander Utz. The cast would like to come out and just say hello so you can see their face one more time. First up, we have the narrator, voice, and understudy for all of the characters, Emily Haber. Then we have Mary Shelley, as is Erica Burns. Percy Shelley is Autumn Shenko. And read Lord Byron, J. Mark Accento. For Claire Claremont, we have Lex Bolasai, Dr. Polidori, Bardia Mimar, Captain Walton and Professor Waldman, Anton von der Matter. Henry Clearvel, Wesley Hahn, Elizabeth Lavenza, Isabella Benning, Justine Moritz, Jessica Chen, she's also the producer, Professor Krempe and William, Lisa Lamb. Then reading for our creature, Ronan Powers, Victor Frankenstein, Diggs Brown, our awesome audio tech, Pete Tran, me, our executive producer, Clara Richards, and our director for this whole show, that would be Abigail Ocean. Thank you all again for coming. We really appreciate your support. Please visit the description box for more information on recasting the movies and the Community Cooperative, as well as go to thecommunityco.org/Frankenstein for more information on the actors, the production team, and Alexander Utz's work. So I hope you have a great evening. Goodbye.